everyone. Thank you for joining us. Tonight is, we only have less than a week's left worth of Huatou cultivation. So try your best, all right? Don't think so much. Okay, let's continue with the Chan instructions from Great Master YongHua.
所以，我常对你们讲，你们各位愿意到其他哪个道场去，我都欢迎。
So I often tell you, each and every one of you, who wish to go to any other place, I always welcome that.
那么其他的道场到我这儿来的，我就不太欢迎，因为什么呢？
As for people from other way places coming here, I'm just not very welcoming. Why is that?
我以前没有对你们讲，我这个道场不怕人跑，就怕人来，谁愿意呀？往远了跑，跑得越远越好。
Haven't I told you before, this way place of mine is not afraid of people leaving, only afraid of people coming. Whoever wants to run far away, the farther they go, the better.
那么谁要想进来，这个时候要详细调查一下，知道吧？查一查他是不是能用功修行。
So when someone wants to come in, we should thoroughly investigate and see whether he is truly able to cultivate diligently.
为什么呢？不要把咱们本有的人呢给影响了，又懒惰起来。
Why? So as to not let the people we already have here be influenced and become lazy again.
所以这是要很特别注意的，不怕走，就怕来。
Therefore, this is something that needs special attention. Not afraid of people leaving, only afraid of people coming.
那么但是怕来，他还很时就有人来。
Although we are afraid of people coming, from time to time people would just come.
不怕走呢，还很少人走。
We are not afraid of people leaving, yet few people leave.
到这儿来不走，这个因为什么？就因为不怕的关系。
When they come here, they also don't leave. What is the reason behind this? It's just because we are not afraid.
因为什么有人来，也就因为怕有人来，他来。
What is the reason why people have been coming? It's just because we are afraid that people might come, that they come.
因为什么没有人走呢？不怕有人走，所以他就没有人。
What is the reason why no one leaves? We are not afraid of people leaving, so no one leaves.
因为这个，你无论做什么事情，不要怕。
Because of this, regardless of what you do, don't be afraid.
Okay, stop. All right. He's talking about people coming and leaving. Okay, what does he say? He says that you're all welcome to leave. and go to another way place anytime you wish. And Master YongHua always welcomes that. And then, on the other hand, for the people who like to come here, he's not just as welcoming. You see, what he's talking about is not the way it sounds. But it sounds so real. Haven't I told you before, this way place of mine is not afraid of people leaving, only afraid of people coming. Whoever wants to run far away, the further they go, the better. And so these are early days of his way place, he says if someone wants to come in, should be thoroughly investigate and see whether or not he's truly able to cultivate diligently. He's not talking about the newcomers, he's talking about the existing people at the temple. You see, that's how he talks. Sometimes you need to learn the Master's words and really discern what he really means. What his message is here, are we cultivating diligently? Okay, he sounds like he's afraid that the people come in, they're not cultivated, they're not diligent enough, they're not vigorous enough. He's not saying that we here should be diligent, should be vigorous, so that we are a good example for the newcomers. Does it make sense to you? That's the Wei-Yang style of teaching. I like that. Why? So as to not let the people who are already here be influenced and become lazy again. What are the chances you think that's going to happen? I tell you this. After I was at the city of 10,000 Buddhas, their system for about 4.5 years, I left. Everyone became interested because they were curious as to what did I learn, what kind of person I was, what kind of cultivator I was, you see. And they became disappointed, of course, because my level was too low, too arrogant and so forth. But what are the chances of newcomers being able to influence his students? Very, very low. I remember a story of they were doing a Chanchi, and over there, at the time, he was very strict, and he says, no dinner, I don't care. Okay, if left from people, you are not allowed to eat dinner. And this monk here came, and he was away, Master YongHua was away, so the guy was allowed to give Dharma talks and at the city 10,000 Buddhas at night. And he says, in a Chinese tradition, we're allowed to eat 2 dumplings in the evening. Okay, there was a Chan tradition back then in China based on a story that actually happened. And so they decided, because it's a good story, it's reasonable, they accepted the tradition to be able to eat 2 dumplings to eat at night. And so this guy says, the Chinese tradition where your master came from, where I came from, we let you eat 2 dumplings. And Master YongHua heard it, and he flew right back and scolded them all. He put on a paper bag on his face with a little bit 2 holes here. And he said, I'm so ashamed of you. I taught you not to eat at night, but who gave you permission to eat at night? Who is your master? And that probably was the only time that someone was able to influence them because they have seniority. But other than that, why is it the case that outsiders are very unlikely to be able to influence his disciples? And actually, by the way, when I first started, we have the similar problem. When we first started Lu Mountain Temple, when new people came, it was a lot of hassle for us. Okay, because they came in and they looked around, they snickered and said, "This is not a real temple. You are too lax. In the real temple, when you hit the wood fish, when the time comes, the doors are locked. You're not allowed to come in, to get out, and so forth. Very rigid, very strict, and you so lose." So we were inexperienced. Our people weren't sure. We didn't have a track record. So new people coming in was this created a lot of disturbances for us. So I can see why he was afraid to say that he was more worried about people coming in and distracting his students. But I don't think it's the case anymore. I don't think even the case here he's talking about that they would become lazy in influence. I don't think so. His students are actually pretty good students. And therefore he says, be careful. You don't want to be influenced by these outsiders. Okay, and that's why I'm telling you. I'm not afraid of you leaving. I'm only afraid of people coming in. But however, even though I'm afraid of people coming, people just would come. Well, I'm not afraid of you leaving, and yet few people leave. It's because I'm not afraid. Okay? And it's funny how life is. I'm afraid that people come, they keep coming. When I'm afraid of people leaving, no one leaves. So message is that being afraid is useless. Okay, don't have to be afraid. Okay, and that's a section. And the fact of the matter is that, let me tell you our policy, if you care to listen, okay? I feel the same way. I feel don't listen to him at face value. He's trying to teach his students. Sometimes it's called reverse psychology, okay? The truth of the matter is that in his tradition, in the Weiyang tradition, we really are not afraid of people coming or going at all, because this temple, our temples, are here to help you, to be useful to you. As long as useful, you stick around. As long as not useful to you anymore, you should leave. You should feel free to leave. Actually, I made a promise to my students. I'm aware of anywhere else who is better for you. If I'm aware of any teacher who is better for you that I know of, I would never knowingly withhold it from you. I'd be the first one to tell you, go there. You are much better off. He's better than me. Okay, and this is according not to the Weiyang tradition, but this is what I learned from Shariputra, Mahamoggallana. After Shariputra, Mahamoggallana, they each had 250 disciples, 50 followers, and after they met with the Buddha and decided Buddha is for real, what did they do? They took refuge of the Buddha. okay? And they came back to their students. They said, hey, as an excellent teacher, you should all go take refuge with this Buddha here. Okay? That's the spirit of Mahayana. We're not afraid. What's good for you, we'd like to encourage you to do it. Okay? So that's why I said it, and no one seems to take it seriously because it hasn't happened yet the last 20 years that I was able to tell you this is a better place for you. And am I afraid of people coming? Not at all. I'm not afraid of people coming because I hope they come and they criticize us. Every time I hear people criticizing us, criticizing me, that's how I learn, by the way. My master never told me what to do. He never taught me how to teach Chan, how to lecture, how to do Pureland, how to teach Pureland. Okay, so how did I learn the last 27 years? I learned from making mistakes. I learned from listening to how he taught his disciples, from all the masters, all the great masters, what they preach, what they taught. But primarily, in practical terms, I learned from making mistakes, a lot of mistakes. So many mistakes. You know, at first, when I first started at Blue Mountain Temple, even before Blue Mountain Temple, we were just wandering around trying to find a place. And it's a lot of confusion back then in my mind what I was supposed to be doing, to the point where at the time, those disciples, it took them years before they make it to first stage arhatship. Now it's so fast for so many of you. It's like a piece of cake. It's so easy for you now to get to that level if you practice half as vigorously as what I was trained at Master YongHua's temples. Okay, it took years. I remember clearly, so many years we were struggling. We were struggling so much. And I used to have my hair as a patch of white here. I was so worried about, can I have enough money to survive 3 months from now? Very practical terms. Yes, Seven. And Vicky was there.
Thank you, Master. Why do you think that is so, that we old-timers took so long to get anywhere?
First of all, I feel that back then, as I told you, I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. I was trying to understand how the Wei-Yang lineage trained its people. It's not written anywhere. My master died. I didn't have a chance to ask him. I'm the kind of person who's very stubborn. His disciples left me no road to proceed. Okay, so I can't go back to them. And because they did it to me, now I figure it's my master's. My master has something to do with it, so I would not bother asking him. He said, you let your disciples do this to me, try to terminate my cultivation path. It's unkind, it's lack of compassion. Why do you think I teach you kindness and compassion, by the way? The first few lessons I taught you after two years or so, I said, this, now we survive, now I think I can make my expenses. I will teach you about what we are. I want you to learn about kindness and compassion because we're not like them. Okay? So I made a lot of mistakes. And I found my ways. And that's how I learned. I learned from making mistakes. And early on, why were we slower? Because early on, I didn't know what I was doing, therefore, I followed them. I followed the Chanchi, I followed the schedule. I said, I'm no enlightened people. Somehow, no, I'm not enlightened. And somehow, Mighty Master decided I should be teaching, and therefore, what's the best way I could do? First of all, I cannot say no to him. He must have a reason to order me to teach. So I better obey his orders. That's one of the few things he taught me. So I had to pay attention. If he taught me like for years, I would be confused. I don't know which one. Should I leave? Should I go? Look at him. See, he says he often contradicts himself. So that was very simple for me. When he told me to teach, I said, okay, I teach. Okay, but I don't know how. And you didn't tell me how. Your disciples is not cooperating. They're not good examples. So I'm going to find a way myself. Okay, but I didn't like their interpretation of Master YongHua's Dharma is different from my interpretation. I knew it back then already. So I said, all I have to do is teach my Master's Dharma because he told me to go teach. I didn't know what to teach, be honest with you. So I'm going to teach his Dharma. Difference is that, why do we have what's our reason to exist? Our raison d'être in French, okay? It's because I understand his Dharma, they don't. So all I have to do to justify my existence is teach his Dharma and explain to them what his pious disciples could not, cannot. Okay, so I follow his style of teaching, their style of training for about several years. Okay, and then eventually it dragged on. But it's no surprise, including for you, that people came and I said, "Who is this guy? Is it for real?" He's those early years. Actually, I was very angry because I was angry at my master's disciple. I said, "You guys lack kindness. You guys lack compassion. And you are Dharma heirs of my teacher? Are you kidding me? All of you." I told myself, in time, I will sue you. Once I am so independent, so strong on my own, I don't need the money from a lawsuit anymore. I will start looking for a lawyer for slander. I promised myself that, among other things. Okay? I promised to bow to an idiot who tried to ruin my life. I said, if I make it, I vow. But when I see him, I will bow to him. Thank you for making life impossible for me. And I survived, asshole. So, in short, I didn't know what I was doing. I stuck to his style. And I finally figured out how to explain his style of Wei Yang training. Okay? And after 3 years, I began to understand how to teach. And our students started to improve. Okay? And I said, that's good. Let's continue. And so the pace improved a little bit, got a little bit faster in early years, the first several years, the first 10 years or so. And lo and behold, something happened, and they improved so fast, they started surpassing Master YongHua's disciples. I said, whoa. I can continue the style because I knew where it's going to end up not much more progress. So that's how I develop our own style. But yeah, it's slow because that's how long it would take them, by the way. They're slow. Very, very slow. That's why after all these years, after 20 years, I decided this is going to be American. It's not Chinese. It's not Vietnamese. It's not Korean. Okay, it's going to be American Mahayana. Meaning what? We steal from everyone. We steal from the Chinese. We steal from the Vietnamese. We steal from the Koreans. We steal from the Japanese. That's what Americans do. Make it ours by making it better. Anyone else? Okay. And so am I afraid of people coming at those back then? When newcomers came, they came with credentials and said, I'm from Master YongHua's temple, you're doing it wrong. I'm from this big Buddhist association, this is wrong. People from Jingkong, who is one of the famous groups that did Pureland Dharma doors, they would come and laugh at us and say, no, you're imitating our Chinese, we are better, and so forth. I listen, I look at the way they train the people. I said, no, this is a lack of understanding of how to cultivate all of you. I listened to their sutra lectures, their instructions. I said, no, this is wrong. Okay, this is lack of understanding of the principles. But who am I? I just have a small-time monk with a dump for a temple. But anyway, you guys stuck around, you practiced, and you improved, and you surpassed all their disciples. So I have nowhere to hide now. I can't pretend anymore. I can't pretend that we are true Dharma heirs of Master YongHua. Who cares? And then I have to explain that I'm not like them. So let's call ourselves American Wei Yang, not Chinese Wei Yang. Okay? Yeah. So we have our own flavors of the month. We're not rigid. We improve faster. That's what it matters. It's not about us, it's about you. Our reason for doing this is to help you so that you become better, you become healthier, you become stronger, you become kinder, you become more compassionate, and the higher you get, you become more humble. Okay? That's a requirement, by the way. The higher you get up there, the humbler you become. Okay? Because we have a responsibility, we have work to do. It's not for ourselves. The people who are doing this, like my peers, are for themselves. They want to be famous. They want to be known, want to be recognized. Okay? I can't care less. I'm so used to getting by and being chastised. There's a Reddit thing there that they post there, they badmouth me. I never bothered answering because I was too busy cultivating. Cultivating what Dharma? The Dharma my master taught. Do not justify. Why not? Now I might begin to understand. Why not? Every time someone criticizes you and slanders you, and you explain yourself. Why? Because what happens? This is such a profound Dharma that I could not understand for years. I said, these people are so stupid, they're totally confused. And this is not worthy of a disciple of Master YongHua. Isn't it my responsibility to say something about it? Huh? I had to explain to my disciples. They came to me, they cried and said, Master, is this real? I said, no, don't worry about it. Okay, it's nonsense. They stuck around. But I couldn't understand why. Somehow stuck in my mind, I said, don't justify yourself. And I said, even at the price of people chastising me, calumnifying me, cutting off my road, the road in my spiritual path, even at that cost. And I have no answer. I just was told, don't justify yourself. Don't justify. And for years, I couldn't understand it. It hurt like hell. Life is so hard, so impossible. There's no end to this dark tunnel. There's no light at the end of this tunnel. But this teaching stuck. Don't justify. You know how I did it? Because I promised myself, I will sue the pants off if I make it. That's how I motivated myself. If I fail, it's nothing to talk about. If I survived, I will sue the pants off, I promised myself. America has laws, man. It's a country of laws and rules and regulations. You don't just do as you please. Not like in China. This is America. Little bitches. And so, finally, after 15 years, it dawned on me why I was taught that. You know why? Would you like to know why? It's every night I come to here, you always force something out of me that I haven't thought of before. Why do you think? It's one of the highest dharmas that you can practice. Let me tell you tonight. Don't justify. I know Koreans are terrified. Oh, you misunderstand me. No, I'm not like that. Don't reject me, okay? Don't reject me. You don't justify, you die, yeah? In your country, in your culture, correct? In America, we're much bigger. If you can't live in Los Angeles, you can survive Los Angeles, move to San Jose. If San Jose is too hot, come down back to Los Angeles. Why do you keep moving up and down, huh? Relieve the pressure. It's fascinating. Why? Or the Chinese taught not to justify themselves. Come on, China people, huh? Korean people. Oh, Korean, I don't expect them to get this. Yes, sir, too.
Is it manic Master?
Yeah, they're pretty sick, these assholes. I mean, yeah.
I mean, when you justify, is it manic? Is that the reason?
No. Anyone else? I don't want to tell you. This is too good of a secret. If I tell you everything, there's no more premium channel materials. You know, that's what people do. They said, like, they post videos on YouTube, and they said, you know, by the way, be kind, subscribe. We have a premium channel for $20 a month. You get premium materials I do not put on YouTube. Okay? I give you instant updates as well. Huh? See? I figured it out. Why not? It's so profound. Yes, sir. YouTube response.
Thank you, Master. I believe you don't want to justify because you don't want to give, that's a legal term, you don't want to give credence to their claims.
That's what lawyers say. I said, don't justify it. But there's a reason for it. It's not legal. Very, very important reason. Yes, Seven.
Diego Afonso says, Amitabha Master, when we justify it, it's because we don't want to look bad, and we keep seeing a self.
Yes, 5.
It is
When people misunderstand you and they're prepared to run away, don't justify.
It is
Why not?
It is a way of victimization, and it weakens us.
Because if you justify yourself, it's out of fear. You're afraid. That's why you justify yourself. And you're afraid you will not open your wisdom. Yes, 5.
Master, I had an experience about 2 weeks ago. I did lose my what is it called? Well, I was I was dizzy and throwing up, and I was very afraid that even though I crossed my legs in the emergency room, while I was waiting for more studies to be done, I couldn't control myself, and I was so afraid on that day that I didn't have my chi strong at all. Is that because I was so afraid too?
We taught you, when you're afraid, what do you do?
Cross your legs.
Cross your legs. What else?
And recite the Buddha's name to your
Recite
navel.
Buddha's name, recite Wanyi's name. There are plenty of beings who are willing to help you.
When I did that, my stomach flipped up and I vomited.
Keep at it.
Thank you.
So in the early days, it's very tough because we have no support whatsoever. I carry with me a bad label that these mighty disciples of his labeled me with, gave me. It's very hard to refrain myself from justifying myself. And it hurt a lot that his disciples that I used to look up to were the one who were trying to put an end to my cultivation. His own disciples. Yes, JMT.
마스터, 제 생각에는 그 정당화하지 말아야 되는 이유가 정당화라는 것 자체가 시간 낭비라고 저는 생각을 했거든요. 어차피 나를 믿어줄 사람은 믿어줄 거고, 프레임이나 그런 자기의 아상과 에고 때문에 자기의 잘못을 관점을 바꿀 마음이 없기 때문에 정당화라는 것 자체가 의미가 없고 시간 낭비라고 저는 생각을 했었습니다.
Master, I think it's a waste of time. The one that who's going to believe me will believe, but the one who doesn't believe already have their mind in set, so they will not going to believe me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. But you have a privileged life. I have a life of a beggar. If no one believes me, who's going to give me food to eat? Anyone else? Yes, 7.
Mateo Costa. Hello, Master. May I ask if you still hold grudges toward Master YongHua's disciples for what they did to you? Thank you.
I decided to forgive them. When I was in Korea, I told my disciple, I said, let me tell you, I can make a lot of money. I know a little bit about laws. And that's why I've been saving money to sue them. I make a lot of money. They have money. They're too stupid. You don't do stupid things like that because you expose yourself to lawsuits. Okay? And this is not America, this is not China, where China, the master is above the law. Here is a country of laws and rules. And so I told my disciple, I said, let me tell you, for 20 years, I've been very patient. I'm practicing patience. You don't think that I teach you patience. I don't practice patience. I've been patiently waiting and waiting to sue them. Because I proved to myself I no longer need the money. They can no longer kill me. Actually, I'm the one who can kill them. I no longer need to sue them. Why not? Because of this movie, Schindler's List. It's such a beautiful, profound movie. And that list there, Schindler, who is a Polish Jew, okay, Jewish Pole, and he is there and he's befriended his commandant of the prisoner, that camp, that labor camp where they kept the Jews. And the guy is played by Ralph Fiennes. The guy is very, very evil. When he's upset at something, okay, he lives in this house here, overlooking the prison camp. When he's angry, he takes out his rifle with scope, and then he would shoot at anyone he likes. So when he's upset, ping, and all of a sudden you walk in, you shot dead. Okay? So, and he's very proud of his, this is my release. Other people drink? No, I shoot at people. This is the ultimate power. Think about it. Huh? And so Schindler says, oh my God. I said, Schindler says, we are best friends, right? So let me tell him, because Schindler used to go and buy prisoners from him, buy Jew prisoners to save them, okay? And so Schindler said, we buddies, right? And they have champagne together, they have parties together, and they have, all kind of fun things together, the best friends. So one day Schindler says, what you're doing is ultimate power. Let me tell you something better than that. He says, what? The colonel says, what? He says, Next time you want to kill someone, you bring him in front of you. Instead of pulling a trigger, you said, I forgive you. Go. Go. I love that. That's the best part of the movie. Okay? I didn't explain to my Korean disciples why I forgive them. Okay? But that's the reason, if you ask me. Very profound. Ultimate power. I forgive you. Yes, too.
Master, did you know the director Rob Reiner? He directed A Few Good Men, the film that you quote with Jack Nicholson.
You can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth. And then the director died, so I thought that was interesting. How
those are best lines in the world to me. You can't handle the truth. I forgive you. Say, hey, losers, I forgive you. I won't sue you assholes. But if you offend me, you piss me off, I still will sue you. Okay? All the things that piles up online about me, it's fuel for the lawsuits. It destroys my career. I could have been very famous, very rich, lots of disciples, lots of money. But no, come to Korea, they call them, say, is this for you? No, it's very bad. And the guy who made the accusation is no longer there. A bunch of losers. Yes, 5.
Master, despite the fact of whatever was going on those days that were not known to, I didn't know anything about it, but that space was really was small, but you had a very strong base when I got there, a strong base of the ladies that sit back here during ceremony. But not only that, the energy of your temple was very strong. And I remember you used to sit down with us during the retreats. You would spend a lot of time in there, so I don't know if you were holding the space and taking care of it, and every one of us that was there. But it was very strong, and I would even say satisfying walking out of the sessions every time I was there. So I speak for myself.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yeah, that's what kept a lot of people. A lot of people kept because of that energy, and that and all of you were practicing kindness and compassion. They liked it. We haven't changed. It's the same spirit. That's what happened. But thank you for asking the question, the person online. Yes, I forgive you, assholes. Yes, too.
Amitofo, Master. I have 2 questions. One related to what you're talking about. It seems that I was talking to Master Z about some experiences I had during the Wato, and he was telling me about how I just think it's a constant battle. And he told me the story of the general who was fighting the Vietnamese and said, I'd rather die in the battle than in my bed. And it seems that you were driven to overcome such deep and challenging obstacles because of like vengeance. And I just don't have that in me. I don't have like this like deep drive to like overpower. I just like want peace so bad. And so like when it comes to these like battles that I'm like having to go through through cultivation, I just can't find sometimes I can't find the like wherewithal to push when it comes to like life and death kind of feelings. Do you have any advice?
Each person is different. We have to cultivate within our own circumstances. That's what the Great Assembly Dharma is about. I'm proud to tell you, our Great Dharma Assembly is better than his. We are a lot more multidimensional. That's why it's much harder. It's harder, and therefore you progress a lot quicker. It's no secret. You progress quicker because it's harder. My disciples, since those days, they're much higher because it's much harder. Our path is so much harder. Our training is so much harder. And they can't even tell because it's markless. These Chinese, they're still stuck on marks. We're not. Each person is different. You know, I can't. What works for me doesn't work for you. What works for you doesn't work for me. So each person have to work within his or her conditions. You know, like Ray Chuang's dad. I knew Ray Chuang's dad when I was a novice. He's a very kind man, a good man. And I was a novice at Long Beach Monastery. And he came and he says he's one of the supporters of Master YongHua, very devout disciples. He has a lot of loyal, devoted disciples. Master YongHua is a very virtuous man. And he came and I was even slandered back then already before I left. But this is a small thing, it's not a big deal. But they badmouthed me even within, when I was still with them. I did not justify myself, okay? Actually, I admitted to something else, which I wasn't really, to test them. They said, you guys know so much, you have so much spiritual powers, you can read people's thoughts every now and then. So let's see if you can hear the truth. Can you tell I'm lying to you? He couldn't even tell. So second idiot attacked me. Says, oh, how interesting. Let's see how far whether he can harm me or not. He could not. So back then, even when I was within the system, it's unbelievable. I mean, I'm glad I have experience in American life, in real life, because these people are deluded. They have no clues. The system they have is that the Sunnims, the monks and nuns, are above the law. They can do anything they want. Okay? And they're irreproachable. No one is supposed to reproach them. It's okay. Okay? But I learned from all that. I said, no, we're not going to be like that. We earn our ways. And we need to justify our existence. We have no one to depend on. We need to deliver. Okay? So Anyway, it's a hard thing to do. That this is what you may want to consider as well. It's the next step up for you. The big assembly here. Don't justify if you dare. No need to be afraid. I survived. Yes, too.
Thank you, Master, and thank you for your example. It really does mean a lot. My second question is, when I'm today, and thank you everybody who dealt with my screaming. I just experienced a lot of darkness, a lot of challenging, deep darkness while doing the Wato today and yesterday. And I was just wondering if those are truly just false thoughts, or I'm really going through something.
If I were you, I'd do for fun and stop after this week. I will protect you until the end of the week. After that, don't do it. You guys don't realize it. The reason you're able to practice a lot of things because you have protection. Without protection, good luck. I'm here today because I got protection too. Without it, I ain't from my master. It's from other masters. It's okay. I allow you, all of you, one more week. I protect for one more week. They cannot do anything to you. That's irreparable. But that's it. For you in particular, don't do it. It's not for you. Not for most of you. We learn all Dharma doors, learn everything. That's why I'm giving you this chance to practice and try, okay? Safely. It's not for most people. The Wato is not for most people. All right? And the fact of the matter is that, the Koreans, they are a very strong Buddhist country, Buddhist culture. Their ancestors had a lot of Mahayana blessings. And that's why they were taught Wato, and most of them don't get in trouble. They simply don't succeed, but they don't get in trouble. You do it wrong, you get in big, big trouble. Practice safely, folks. Take advantage of it while you still can. After, unless I tell you specifically to practice Wato, don't. Too slow, too rigid, too demanding, unrealistic a practice. You have to be like Master Xu. That's an example right there. You want to practice Wato, it has to be like him. That's all you do all day, Wato. No one around you. Total dedication. It's fun to try, it's okay. Okay? All right. Any other question? Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Master. The trouble that you mentioned, is it the same as entering the demonic state?
Yes. It's very, very easy. Yes, 7.
Thank you, Master. We have a YouTube question.
Easy question? Is there such a thing? Every night I have yet to hear an easy question. You're pushing me every single night.
Sorry if I misspoke. A YouTube question.
Oh, sorry. That's better.
Let's see. Womb's Test asks, Amitofo Master, how do you forgive those who've caused such deep wounds? Is forgiving and letting go to move forward the same thing?
No.
If not, how is the best way to move forward from these hurts?
Each person is different. Okay. We're at this stage of my life where I don't care to be any richer, any poorer. I can't care less. All I care about is a red car. If I win the lawsuit, I buy a red car. I move to the Bahamas, and so forth. Buy a satellite. People want yacht. I want a satellite. That I can broadcast our channel 24 hours a day. Like Buddhas. The one thing that I hope you all remember is that this is very close to my heart. Many of you who failed to quit are becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. I see in each and every one of you, you become stronger and stronger day by day, week by week, month by month. You don't know it, but I know it. It tickles me pink. Even that woman there has been improving too. Okay, and there's one thing very close to my heart. Okay, when you become stronger, it comes with this responsibility. Do not use it to harm others. If you want to continue to become stronger, you cannot use your strength to harm others. So you need to learn to yield and eat shit. Don't just, after you become stronger, I'm going to give you shit now. I'm going to take over. I'm going to take whatever I want, hurt anyone I want, whoever I want. If you like that, you will stop improving. You start regressing. I assure you. But if you don't harm others, even though they come and harm you, you don't harm them. Even they're the worst people in the world, even they're demons, you cannot harm them. That's the first requirement for you to be able to continue the training. Keep that in mind. You become stronger, therefore, what do? You yield more often. You want to become stronger, next week, next month, yield more. Friendly tip. Okay? That's the difference between the spiritual path, the Buddhist path, and the non-Buddhist path. We become stronger, that's why we yield. We don't hurt others, no matter how bad they are, how evil they are, we don't hurt them. Okay, why do I badmouth them now? Because truth needs to be told. They can no longer hurt me. I can hurt them. That's why it's my responsibility now, okay, to remind them what they've been doing to me is so wrong. Don't do it to anyone else, because the next person who's half as smart as I am would sue the ass off. They'll lose a lot of money. A lot of money. It's still an open option, by the way. I have a lot of materials. Yes, DTT.
Amitabha Master, I want to ask you about the fasting Dharma door. I have two questions. First one, how many days should I do? My first fasting, I did 3 days, and my second fasting, I did 19 days. And I was wondering, this is regarding the second question, and I was wondering, for doing fasting next time, is it better to do it to do more than the highest? For example, if I did 90 days last time, is it better if I do more, or it doesn't matter, or depends? Could you please elaborate a little bit more of this Dharma door? Thank you, Master.
I don't want to elaborate too much on the open channels, because this is a very individually tailored Dharma door. It sounds like fasting, but actually it's a lot more going on than that. The reason it worked for you is because we helped you. Okay, we're protecting you. That's why even my master's temples, oh, by the way, we do different from his. And my master's temples, they don't allow people because they could get sued. Okay, people are very lawsuit happy in this country. They come to the temple, they fast and get in trouble. They call a lawyer. Okay, so it's not a good thing at all. So I don't want to explain too much in public. Okay, whatever I explain publicly is for general reference, but you need supervision. So you want to talk to your abbot about the people are in charge of the temple and training them as well. Okay, while I'm alive, you always get protection from me. But it's not something you can take casually. If you don't follow instructions, we throw you out. When they tell you not to fast, you fast, it's your problem. Okay? So, you have to talk to your abbot. Yes, Phi, did you have a question?
Yes, Master. I remember someone, a former disciple of yours, did a retreat meditation with Fa Gu San and did the Hua. And then after the retreat, he was hospitalized for 2 weeks. So my question is, was it related to protection with the Hua that was lacking?
I don't know, and I can't care less. I sympathize with the problem you got into, but it's not my business. I don't know what they're doing there. I just know what I'm not willing to do, because it's a lot of work for me. Okay. Yeah.
So if we practice under you, we're not going to have that problem, right?
I can't promise anything. I try. So far, so good, but you never know.
Okay, second question then. If we practice Huatou, like, I find it be able to focus more quickly. Is that considered a result?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, JMT.
마스터 그 화두를 이번에 그 선칠 주제로 말씀을 하셔서 제가 옛날 생각이 많이 났었었는데 일단 우선은 이제 제가 알렉스가 질문하는 걸 보고 제 경험을 공유하게 되었고요. 네.
Master, now we're focusing on Huatou. It just reminds that old experience from the previous practice. And Alex just said about something.
저 같은 경우도 제가 생각할 때 그 당시에 화두를 잘 하면 아란이 될 것 같아서 시도를 했는데 첫 번째 송강사 마스터랑 했던 그 할 때 그게 마의 경계인지는 모르겠지만 굉장히 어려움을 취했었고요.
Stop right there. I'm not going to comment on your past experience at Sung Wangsa. I have no interest. Whatever they do, whatever they did with you, whatever you did with them, I can't care less. It's none of my business. I'm only worried about you, about training you. I don't care what happened in the past. Okay? Cut it out. I'm not going to go into this. And what else did I tell you? Huatou is not for you. So stop asking questions about it. If I were you, Huatou may be a very good Dharma door, but it's not for you. Absolutely not. It's not for Alex. Absolutely not. Okay? You don't believe me? That's your problem. But don't waste my time. Don't bring me other temples, your cultivation, other temples, and so forth. I can't care less, frankly. I'm only responsible for you while you're here. Whatever you did, what you will do, what you are doing somewhere else, none of my business. Okay? We're busy. We have things to do. I'm not going to comment what they're doing wrong. If they're doing right, I would praise them. But if every time I open my mouth, I see problems, see what they're doing, including my master's temples nowadays, it's serious problems. Okay? Yeah. And they're destroying my master's Dharma. I don't like it. But he chose them. It's not my problem. Yes, 7.
Thank you, Master. I just want to say thank you for setting such a profound example for me. I can only empathize with the fear when your livelihood is put at threat. As a self-made person myself, it's a very scary thing to have your job and future income at jeopardy over something like that. And your guidance has proven invaluable to me. And I don't have the words to say thank you enough, but I just want to publicly acknowledge how profound your guidance and example is.
You have to take it in context. At work, you have the responsibility to justify yourself when it hurts others. But my path is different. My path is spiritual. So it's quite different. So it's not the same. It's the only same basis is that when you cultivate and you come to the temple, you should try not justifying yourself. That's all I'm saying. But out there, you have to be careful. There must be more balanced approach. Mine is extreme. It's not for lay people. It's not for secular life. For cultivators, it's a beautiful Dharma door. But it's extreme. Most people will fail at this. Most people do not have the kind of blessings I have. Without my blessings, I would have failed a long time ago because my path is impossible. I look around, I don't think any one of you could survive it. It's impossible. Okay? So be careful. There's a middle way where you out there in the real world, you should not be afraid. That's a lesson you should be learning. Okay? And don't always say, oh, what would they think of me? If they think less of me, am I going to be in trouble? No, there's a compromise where you say, I will not justify myself out of fear of a loss. That's your dignity right there. What are you so afraid of? But justify when it's constructive. Not justify for yourself out of fear, okay? But justify because it's a good thing. It's your responsibility. You're getting paid to deliver some results, part of which is to prevent disasters. So at times you have to justify yourself in the real world. Okay? But for us cultivators, when you cultivate, when you have this thought of justifying yourself, it's out of fear deep down. And that's what this don't justify yourself rule applies only in cultivation, not in real life. Real life is the middle way. Because it's not about you. Your action is not about you anymore. It's about your family, about your colleagues, about your boss, and so forth. Okay? Back then, I had no one but myself. So it's totally different. And then I had my disciples. I was very lucky that I have very special disciples who stuck with me. Yeah. I remember, for example, Thomas, when I heard of people bad-mouthing me, he says, no, that seems to be extreme behavior that you don't slander people like that. So he stuck around. Okay, I was very lucky. I had people like that. I said, oh, if these people are around, I can't walk away from here. I can't go to the mountain. It was my wish back then to go to the mountain. A real man, you know. Fearless. Come, bears, tigers. Daddy's waiting. But the reason you're here today is because of those people in the early days that, in spite of all the bad things, they said, no, I trust him. Doesn't sound like him. It's not the kind of person, sound like a person I know him personally. So they're stuck around. That's why I'm stuck with them now. I can't leave. I couldn't leave. I was waiting, actually. People were leaving, you know. Guyin's friends left. People were left, you know, were deserting me left and right. I have only several people left. He said, no, we stick with you. I said, what's the matter with you? Leave. I want to go to the mountains. Losers. Yes, 7.
Yeah, it was a pretty strange time, I have to admit. I remember I had just started with you, Master, and there was all this chaos and turmoil. And I remember turning to Michael and I said, you know, I don't get it. Why are all these people acting the way they are? Because they're not upset about his dharma. They're upset about something else. I'm getting so much from coming every Sunday and just being there. Why aren't they focusing on that? And then Michael says, hey, if you're getting something from it, then stay.
Yeah.
So I stayed.
That's the bottom line. You get something, stay. You don't get something, get out. The most ridiculous thing is that they pick something that happened when I was a novice, and they try to attach to me as a bhikshu, which is the insult to the Vietnamese. My Vietnamese master gave me full ordination. And they send a thing to him that says, this guy, when he was a novice, is like this. And Master says, what's the matter with you? If you sent me something about my disciples meeting me, announce yourself. Sir, my name is so-and-so. You are about to ordain someone who's like this. Okay? So that I can talk to them. You know, this is unbecoming of any spiritual leader to badmouth something anonymously. I'm calling out, sick an idiot, you an idiot. Okay? I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid to speak the truth. My truth. It's nonsense. You know, because ordinary people don't understand in our world, when you are a novice, you are nobody. When you become fully ordained, that's when you are certified to be a member of the Sangha. Until then, it doesn't matter. Okay? And somehow they pick this thing here that happened because of them to me as a bhikshu. Meaning between that, my master says, I listen to him. He's okay as far as I'm concerned. I accept him as my fully ordained monk. It's an insult to the Vietnamese. That's incredible. It's just so stupid. It's so arrogant. Who looks bad now, huh? It's nonsense. These people are so stupid. Yes, 5. I feel for them. That's why I forgive you, assholes. Yes.
About this Vietnamese slandering thing with you. Somehow, as soon as after I took...
Not just Vietnamese, English as well. They posted something on the Vajra Bodhi as soon as I left. They posted something to make sure that their people would not support me at all. And guess what? I never asked for anything from any of them. I said, Daddy doesn't need you. If Daddy dies, Daddy dies. I will never ask anything from any of you.
So I'm not sure.
The Vietnamese thing is from a jealous Vietnamese monk. And where's the leadership? He's a very low level. He's jealous. I saved his skin once, and that's how he repaid me with. And then he's so jealous. Most of us who are strong, we left, we survived. These people are there because they don't dare leave. They cannot survive outside of the protection. Okay? So this is a Vietnamese guy who's jealous. However, there's a guy in charge up there. There's a group of people in charge. So this guy has a tacit approval from them. It's okay to post slandering comments like this, which is total nonsense. They quoted Master YongHua's Dharma. What did I tell you? You don't understand. You don't understand Master YongHua's Dharma. I do. You don't. It's okay. It's their little world. They're very strong. They're very rich. They don't need your money. They don't need anyone's money anymore. Okay? I'm glad for them. I can't care less. Whatever they do, they will bear the consequences. What consequences? How about Vichy health? See, the Master can save them. Is it worth it? You cultivator, you really talk about the Dharma and cause and effect. You do these things. You don't go to Vichy house. You don't follow the Vichy house. And anyone else who took a hand in this will fall to a neighboring house. Including those Reddit people. It's very serious, folks. If they really have wisdom, they really understand the Dharma, they would not be doing this. So there you go. If I'm wrong, I don't deserve to be here. I should fall to the help because I'm slandering them. If I'm right, guess what? One of them is currently in a Vichy hell right now because I said to my master, I said, is he going to save this person? He did not. See, Buddhism, the good news is Buddhism needs a Devadatta to go to Vichy hell so that the rest of us will become scared. Yes, 5.
I 想说清楚一些 so I think I need to speak Chinese because I don't want to make people misunderstanding. 就是在我跟 Jack 从万佛城过来之前，也是万佛城也有关心我们的出家人跟我们说起师父的事情。当时我的反应，我没有接触过师父 ，Jack 接触过师父，但是当他们知道我们要接近师父的时候，他们很担心，然后说了很多事情。我听了之后很惊讶，我是觉得一个出家人不应该在别人背后说这些八卦。然后呢，我也觉得我不喜欢从别人的嘴里边听的去认识一个人。我希望我自己去认识一个人，而不是通过别人的嘴去认识一个人。所以当我听到万佛城的这些信息的时候，我当时其实是很有想法的，然后我也很不同意他们，我也反驳了他们。当时我反对他们的时候，我很惊讶，因为他们闭上嘴了，他们同意了我说的话，没有再说其他的。 再后来，跟我们相处的那位法师，反而想从我们这儿更多的了解您这边的信息，然后也很关心，他也很认可您，这就是我想说的。
Hello, Master. I wanted to share something about my own experience in the city of 10,000 Buddhas. When I was there with my husband Jack, some concerned people, they are aware that Jack was following, Jack at the time is already following Master. So some concerned people, they talked to Jack about Master. So at the time I wasn't following Master, but when I heard what those left home people said about Master, I'm very surprised because I feel the left home people should not be engaged in gossiping like that. Personally, I don't want to learn about a person from another person's mouth. I'd rather learn from direct interaction. So I don't agree with what they did. They're gossiping about Master, and I expressed my disagreement. To my surprise, the person that the bad-mouthed Master there, she did not give a rebuttal against my disagreement. And actually later, that Dharma Master there at the city of 10,000 Buddha wanted to know more about Master from us. And I think she is becoming more agree with Master's Dharma and more interested in learning more from Master.
Thank you. There's more?
因为我们和万佛城还一直有联系，所以他们关心我们的法师，知道我现在都进步得很好，然后跟着师父也非常好，改变了很多，然后师父帮助我们家庭，帮助我爸爸，帮助很多很多，让我们很进步，所以我觉得他们也很惊讶。
So actually, over the period of time, the people from City of 10,000 Buddhas, they kept in contact with us throughout this time, and they are aware that I have been progressing following Master. And they are also aware that Master have helped my family as well as my dad. So they are quite surprised. And then, 不好意思，他们是很惊讶，还有什么？
他们就是觉得很 surprise 吧，可以这么说吗？就是很惊讶
Okay, so they are surprised to learn that Master has been helping me progressing steadily over time and have been helping my family and my dad.
Okay, thank you for your feedback. It's not about them, it's about us. It's about how we cultivate, how we live our lives. Don't worry about them, okay? I'm sorry we have to talk about them in this way because it's not good for them. I've held my mouth for 20 years and this is pretty cheap price for them to pay. My telling them telling the world what I think of them versus suing them and for $500 million. So I lost interest in doing that. I feel better, okay, because I won't be able to drive a red car anymore. But their teachers are not here anymore. And what they're doing is so wrong. And it's about me. I'm the worst case. They also try to hurt other masters as well. Heng Chang, Heng Da, those people. The difference is that I don't use a Heng name. I don't care for a Heng name. And I'm not telling you even something that really happened is outrageous after that. Okay? That it's ridiculous. These people have, I don't know, I feel bad for my teacher. I'm so proud of you. Okay? And you are the reason I'm still doing this. It weren't for you, I'd say, this world of Mahayana my teacher created is not for me. If that's how my disciples become, it's not for me. Okay? And so maybe part of it, if you might wonder, is my paying him back in that sense. It's unbecoming, it's not worthy of a disciple of Master YongHua to be doing this to anyone. I hope you never do this to anyone at all. Okay? Buddhas did nothing to the devil. It's sad, but on the other hand, I feel so fortunate I have such very strong, special disciples who believe in me, and the result shows they're all outstanding people. And we, in contrast to them, what they've become, we were determined to make a difference for our family, for the future generations. This is why we're doing this, not for ourselves. Okay? We become stronger, we become wiser, so that we can help more and more. Why? Because no one is doing it. Everyone is after themselves. They want to be more famous, want a bigger temple, more people, more fame. We're not like that. We want to make a difference. How can we make a difference? By becoming stronger and become kinder and more compassionate. This is what drives us. Okay? We improve and improve, so that we can help more and more and more. Help our families more, our friends more, our colleagues more, in very quiet ways. We say, we are American Mahayana, we are the best. No, we make a difference. Wherever we go, we make a difference. That's all. That's all that matters to me. Don't need recognition. We're not afraid. We don't need recognition either. That's a middle way. It's very important. Yes, Catholic.
I'm actually curious. What was they slandering you about? Because I never know the backstory.
it's long ago as a novice, I made a mistake. And if you want to know why, it's because they push me. They push me to the breaking point. Okay. And that's all. But they don't understand precepts enough. Their motivation was more to beat me into submission because I was indomitable. I was dominating them. I was not afraid of any of them at all. None of them scared me, including second idiot. I told you, he was attacking me. I said, is that all? Seriously? Is that all? I asked myself, is that all? Seriously? I, as a novice, 2 years novice, 1 year cultivator, or John, like 3 years? No one trained me, no one taught me? Huh? Not true. None of them taught me, none of them trained me. The Bodhisattva has to come and train me. They said, I was at Long Beach Monastery, and Bodhisattva came and said, I will teach you this Dharma door here. I said, what? He said, what kind of Dharma door? I said, I taught you like a weapon or a bazooka or something, it would be so cool. He taught me how to take a beating. And sure enough, second idiot beat up on me. So I said, that's all you got? And you believe it? After that, I had to hurt myself so that, because he was going on for an hour. I said, how much longer? Seriously, I'm busy, man. I have things to do. So I hurt myself. Then he stopped. So now he realized I was hurt. He said, it's finally working, so he can last 1 hour. No, you idiot. I had to hurt myself. And let me tell you, I was stupid. At the time, I was taught that the best thing for you to do is to serve the patriarch. So I made a vow. I said, I vow to find second patriarch and serve him. Why? Because they're stupid. It's totally self-serving. I made a vow because to serve myself, no sincerity in there at all. Okay? He said, it's to my advantage because my teacher died, therefore I should find a second teacher. Who else could be better than second patriarch? So I made a vow, okay? That's greed, that's stupidity, okay? That's calculations. So after I came back to City 10,000 Buddhas, the idiot waited for me. He says, see how busy I am? Are you coming to help me? We're speaking, not mouth. And I said, where were you? Well, I nearly died. I can't believe this. Now you have to go to ask me, are you going to serve me? So I laughed. Well, not here, but it happened at the time when my Vietnamese master I have a master. Okay? And later, when my master was dying, they came to me and they made a really incredible thing, very advantageous to me. And I really laughed. I can't tell you the details. It would be the last nail on the coffin. I'm not going to tell you. It's disgusting. It's just shame on you. You're bringing shame to your master. I'm proud. I still call my Master YongHua, Master YongHua as my master. I owe a lot to him. This is why I want you to know, the world to know. Not all of us, disciples of him, are like that. Let me tell you, I'm not like them. I'm very proud of my master. I live by his teachings. Okay? I do. I'm not doing anything that's beyond his teaching. That's outside his teaching. In fact, after I got to, when I saw my disciples improving past him, I said, then what he taught me. I have to go beyond that. He taught me everything is okay, no problem. First thing he taught me, okay? Before he taught me anything else, he says, everything okay, no problem. And he laughed, he smiled, this big smile, ear to ear. And that's what I practiced when I started teaching. And when my disciples surpassed his disciple, I said, then his Dharma that he taught me, I have to go beyond that to keep up with my disciples. Yes, 7.
Thank you, Master. There's a comment here from San Jose. The Master told them he had spiritual powers, and they all became very jealous. They just couldn't accept the fact that a novice could advance that fast in such a short time. They told me that themselves, they didn't know I was following Master.
Yeah, it's okay. It doesn't matter. You know, I'm sharing with you. It's a lot more I'm not telling you because it's just too ugly, and it's not good for my teacher to have chosen such people. But let me tell you, don't be disheartened. He chose me. I was the last officially the last disciple he accepted before he left. I'm very proud to tell you that I carry on his spirit in our American Mahayana. His Chinese Weiyang spirit and values, I carry it with me and into what I call American Weiyang. I'm very proud of that. That's how I repay him, because I want the world to know that we're not all like them. Okay? Some of us cultivate, and we contribute. We don't hide under his shadow. We don't ride on his coattail. We do what he taught us. He taught us to do 3 things. What things? Training the next generation, education, translation. I cannot translate. I have no skills. Okay? But I'm training next generation, and I plan to help with education. Children are important to me. I started to teach you how to teach your children at home. That's very, very important. Hopefully, when we have more opportunities, we should have more youth camps. We have things to train parents, things to train children, and so forth. I want you to become stronger and go to universities. Okay, throw our money away, teach the young people. Encourage them. Okay. For the sake of propagating Chan, propagating meditation, propagating Pureland, and so forth, we will educate. Okay, that's what I still need to do. Translation, I'm really not that interested in translation. Unless some of you are willing to do that, I will support you. I just don't have time. Translation may tell you my standards. You need to be a Mahasattva. And you want to be doing translation, because Mahasattva, then your translation will be better than Master YongHua's translation. We need to add, we don't do copycats, okay? You're Mahasattva, you're interested in translation, and say, no, these people are too much, too ikiya, okay? Let me translate. It's a big contribution, by the way. You learn Chinese, you understand English, you can translate better than they can. Okay? So I'm willing to do that. Okay, as well. But for me personally, I can only do two things. Train you, I've been doing that. Train lay people, meaning we're going to have outposts everywhere. We have 3 in Korea already. We have more and more and more and more. How? By training you. Okay? You need to be the local anchor. That's why I take your training very seriously. Okay. Translation is important, by the way. If some of you are more inclined to translation in time, right now, some people I see has a very strong potential for translation, but they should work for now. Not yet. Not ready to translate yet. Okay, thank you for sharing. Okay. Good night.